Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. The light will be off my face in a minute. I was meant to have been live at 6, and I wasn't. The Night Owl did a quiz on phobias, and as it was one of the trivias that I asked her to do, I felt it only right to turn up. I didn't know she was doing it, as she's only just come back doing trivia. She's had a bit of time off, so I thought it only wise to do her trivia, as I had asked for it previously. So I then had my tea. So now I've gone live now. So I'm a bit late, and I can't get my chat up. For some reason. But I am here. So if anyone does turn up, I'm sorry I'm late. It'll still be a 2-hour stream. It'll last till just after 10 or thereabouts. So it will be 2 hours, or around about probably 10 past 10, 10 o'clock. So we will get my chat up if the world wants to cooperate with me. The app today is just playing up, so trying to get my chat is proving difficult. But I can look at my chat in another way. I think I might actually have to restart my tablet, so I will try and get my chat a different way, so that I'm not just talking to myself, although that is as riveting as it sounds. I spend most of my day talking to myself, practically all the time, I believe. It's amazing how talking to yourself can actually help you. Mentally, talking to yourself is a really good habit to get into. You can really, I suppose, learn something from yourself. Good evening, Ritten. How are you this evening? I hope you're having a glorious Wednesday. I'm just talking about the power of talking to yourself. I'm trying to get my chat up. It's not cooperating. The app again is having problems, but then YouTube is updating a lot of their apps and stuff recently. So I'm good, hon. How are you? I'm getting better. My cold's nearly gone now. 2 weeks into my cold and it's nearly gone. We are getting there. It's still trying to hold on. Is that a phone in your hand? It's my tablet. Oh, my laptop kicking in. No, it's my tablet, which is huge. If it would be a very big phone. No, it's just my tablet. Would be a very big phone, wouldn't it? Like, hello. just the size of my head. Well, then again, with phones nowadays, having a phone the size of your head probably isn't a stupid thing. I mean, look at is it the iPhone X10 or whatever it is? It's like a brick. I mean, I thought phones were getting smaller, but apparently they're getting bigger. That's awesome. I love it. Yeah, I thought phones were shrinking, but apparently phones have actually just got bigger and bigger. You know, over time. Apparently we have 4 people. Well, good evening to whoever is lurking around. Thank you to everyone that's been disliking my videos. You're awesome. That one person out there. It's just so nice of you. I believe it's just one person doing it, but I know it's small-minded. But be right back. No worries, Ritten. I'm going to be here for 2 hours, so feel free to take your time. I'm going to be here till at least 10 o'clock. But back to what I was saying about talking to yourself. It's mental health awareness. I'm doing mental health stuff, but I'm going to do my mental health stuff in November because I don't want it to affect my Halloween Spooktober. I've got some mental health videos coming out in November about health and well-being and state of mind and stuff like that. So you have that to look forward to. But I find talking to myself really helps. It sounds stupid, I know. But like when I go shopping, this will sound weird. I stand in the supermarket and I talk to myself. Probably look weird to be fair. But I do, I talk to myself. I'm like, what do I need? I have to work out when my partner's working. I have to work out how many portions I need. And I kind of talk to myself. It looks crazy, but it helps. I think sometimes you need to talk to yourself. I think, you sit there, maybe in front of your mirror, combing your hair, doing your makeup and all that. I think talking to yourself is a real, not confidence booster, but it gives you an outlet. A lot of people don't have an outlet to talk to, like another person, a family member, or whatever. And I think if you sit there and you're just brushing your hair and there's something on your mind, talk about it, even if it's to yourself. I think once you air it and you talk about it and you put it out there, I think you feel lighter. So, something's got you down today, or you've had an argument, or something's weighing on your mind, whether it's sitting there eating your dinner, sitting in a bath, sitting there just putting your makeup on, someone's bothering you, say it out loud. It might sound crazy. It does, to be fair. But you sit there and you're like, oh, I cannot believe that girl at the supermarket today that you were so annoyed about. Instead of like venting at somebody else later on because you're angry at whatever it is, if you kind of talk to yourself, it kind of helps. Mr. Wise, good evening. Hey, hey, Mr. Wise. I'm talking about mental health and about using eating with Mr. Wise. Oh, well, I will subscribe to you, Mr. Wise. I don't know who you are, but we do love new people in my channel. We're kind of talking about mental health. I don't know a lot about mental health. I have suffered from depression before, but what I'm saying is that if you talk to yourself, like something's annoyed you, something's got on your nerves, and everything, talking to yourself can actually help. So if something happened today, a woman ran into you with her trolley, you were angry about it, you come home, you're still angry it happened. Have a bath that evening, put your makeup on, look in the mirror, do something, sit in the garden and just get it off your chest rather than later on venting at somebody else and using that anger to refuel whatever you're trying to express. So, say your partner didn't put the milk back in the fridge, you suddenly jump at him. I'm from the UK. You suddenly jump at him from not putting it up. You're not angry that he didn't put the milk in the fridge. You're still angry from the person in the shop. But because you didn't get it off your chest, when he left the milk out, that was it. Boom, central. You were just like, oh, can't you put milk away? And that's not what you're angry at. You're angry from earlier. So I find techniques of expressing what's on your mind, even if it's to yourself, can actually help. Now, I'm not a therapist or anything like that, and I'm not a counselor and anything like that, but these are techniques that I use for myself because I find they work. If I've had a really bad day, I will sit in front of my mirror and I'll be like, you know what? I've just had such a shit day, and I just get it off my mind. When I was younger, when I used to have bad days, I used to find a diary helped. I don't do a diary anymore. I used to. I don't do one anymore. Or a journal or something like that, because not everybody has someone to talk to. So if you don't have someone to talk to, confide in, not necessarily vent your anger, but vent your frustration in a constructive way. Things like journals, diaries, and stuff like that. Um, well, you have to know how to communicate. Communication is key. It works for me and my girl. Yeah, communication is key. Um, Mental health month highlights mental health, obviously, but there are strains of mental health. There are ways of coping with your mental health on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, I've suffered before, um, and I used talking to myself as a way of venting anger without venting it on somebody else. So I'd sit there and I'd brush my hair and I'd be frustrated, and I'd say it out loud and I'd get it off my chest, and then you move on. Not everyone has someone to talk to. Some people don't want to be a burden. So if you're frustrated, you don't want to tell someone. You don't want to cause an argument or a fuss, or maybe put your feelings out there. Some people are like really closed off with their feelings, and it takes them a lot to show emotion or feeling. Um, I'm a little bit of both, depending on the person. I could be really closed off, or I could be really open. Like obviously with my partner, I'm really open and honest, and I vent whatever opinion it is I have. Now, if you take that to my friends, I'd be honest to a certain extent, but I would always maybe think about what I said more before I then said it. And then if you take like a complete stranger that you bumped into or you've met or you're having to talk to, then I'd be even more closed off. You'd be lucky to get anything out of me at all. So mental health is I suppose it's a coping system to cope with day-to-day life in your own way, whether it's taking time out, going for a walk, having a bubble bath, sitting with your pets, taking the dog for a walk, you know, or if you're me, it's talking to other people. My girlfriend has chronic depression, and I understand how she feels. I tell her exactly how I feel, and she tells me the same. Yeah, with mental health, it's an unseen illness. Mental health isn't like tattooed on your forehead, and not everyone expresses their feelings and emotions and frustrations out and about. Um, I do have a habit of keeping closed in, um, and keeping stuff to myself. And then later down the road, it all comes out. It's not a good coping idea um, to keep stuff pent up. So, like I said, if you're frustrated, things like a journal, things like a diary, making post-it notes of things that are frustrating you, breathing techniques, relaxation, meditation, yoga, anything that can bring you a sense of calm and balance. Um, it doesn't have to be a huge gesture, like, but ways of coping can be really small, like just taking nice deep breaths to, having counseling or having something more severe. You'll have to excuse me, I am still currently sick. Good evening, Alexandra. Yeah, we're talking about mental health. I know it's a weird stream to be doing. Um, but I've had one of those days where I myself feel a bit down today. Been one of those days, you feel like a bit odds and ends. Call me Alex. Fair enough, I will call you Alex. Just being proper. See, there's me. Call people by their full name and everything. Well, good evening, Alex. How are we this evening? We're talking about mental health, ways of coping, and stuff like that. Mental health, I go through it. Okay. Do you suffer from any kind of mental health? I myself have suffered over many years internally, not expressing it outwards, but suffering from depression in bouts throughout my life. I'm not proud to say I suffered from it. I find it, to me, it's a barrier between you and anybody else, or you and um, a work colleague, or you and your family. But it is mental health day or month, from what I've heard, and I have a few people that I know of, friends of mine, that suffer from depression, and anxiety disorder, and stuff like that. I myself now I'm suffering with slight anxiety, going out, socializing, leaving the house, stuff like that. Stuff that I don't tend to tell people. You have long-term depression and also anxiety. Yeah, I've had depression on and off. Anxiety is only, I believe, I'm only just starting to. It's getting to the point now where I feel more comfortable indoors than outside, which is terrible. I know. Um, you're meant to feel comfortable in your own skin and your own surroundings. And I'm feeling more comfortable indoors. I mean, I love going out, don't get me wrong, but it's like one day I could be okay and the next day I have a low day. Yeah. It's like having constant mood swings. You can wake up one morning and hate the world, and you can wake up the next day and be thankful that you're still here. So it can have, you can have different effects on your mood, which obviously, if you're having mood swings and you have a partner or you have kids and everything, it can be really hard to keep both your emotions and your feelings all in check. Because obviously, you don't want to blow up at when you have kids, and you don't want to blow up at your partner, and you don't want to blow up at your boss or anything like that. So, waking up one day and hating the world and then venting that anger the rest of the day, or being overly happy, and then snap, you're suddenly not happy. It can be a battle of two minds. One side wanting to be happy, the other side being angry, and it's a constant mental battle. It's like someone is looking at me when I go out. I'm like, who are you looking at, without saying it? Yeah, it's like always being watched. Be happy. Boom channel on Blitz. Hey, how are you this evening? I have this feeling constantly that I'm being watched or judged or criticized, whether it's the conversation I'm having and people are listening, whether it's what I wear, and people are watching me, because I dress a little bit different to some people sometimes. Being goth, I do go out with pentagram t-shirts on, um, as you do. And I have been called a devil worshipper and Satan's, spawn, and all this before, over many, many years. Um, Recently, I had it in town about a year ago. I was wearing a top, shaped like a pentagram, but it was a pizza. And a woman said that I was a devil worshipper right in the middle of town, in front of all these people. She just walked past me, saw my t-shirt, said devil worshipper at the top of her lungs, and carried on walking. Just like that. And there was me, like, looking around, and everyone was staring. And it was absolutely horrible. I never hate the world, and tried to stay on top of my anger without losing it. Exactly. You're okay, don't worry. Oh, you're looking fab in glasses. Well, I need them to see, so Hey, Boom, how are you this evening? Boom, 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 shake the room. No? We're pagans at heart. Are you? I'm actually an atheist. I'm actually an atheist, although most people, um, as soon as you say you're goth, they're like you're a devil worshipper. I'm actually an atheist, just to spice it up a little. You know, it makes a change when they're like, "You're a devil worshipper." I was like, "No, I'm an atheist." Thank you very much. Not actually a devil worshipper. Sorry to ruin your day. You know, you were so close there. What's that about Indians? Indians? What Indians? I'm an atheist. People think I'm a devil worshipper because I'm goth. Um, and I'm not. Fancy that. I'm actually not a devil worshipper. Who knew? Just because I have a pentagram on my t-shirt, or I have a bag that's got bats all over it, or I want to carry around a coffin bag, or you know, my channel is the Midnight Rave, and you know, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm a devil worshipper. Raven, I bet you were like, what just happened with the woman devil worshipper? Yeah, well, I mean, the t-shirt I had was a black tank top with a pizza on it, but the pizza had a pentagram on it, perfectly harmless, and it was basically a pizzagram, and it actually on the pizza it had a slogan, and it said, "In pizza we crust." So it was a joke, just a joke. "In pizza we crust," it said on it, and it was a pizza in the shape of a pentagram, and it was meant to be funny and comical. And she said I was a devil worshipper. Me, just so lucky. Um, but you know, I did. It did make me think. I went home and I said to my partner, I was like, this woman in town said I'm a devil worshipper, and he couldn't believe it, and neither could I. And I'm like, well, I'm an atheist. So the woman wasn't just off; she was like way off, and that is possibly um a way of looking at mental health. People judge you before they've heard you or even spoke to you, you know, just because of the way you act. That's funny, you took it the wrong way. Yeah, yeah, it was meant to be funny, but I think things like that where people judge you, like taking mental health as a thing, people judge you before they know you. You know, if someone hears that you're depressed, you know, oh, that girl's got mental health, she's depressed all the time, doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Yes, you may be a little bit different. Yes, you may have your emotions a bit less in check, but does that make you any more of a person? Does it make you any more of a human? Does it make you more unsociable or more of an outcast? I don't believe so. In fact, I think um, someone who is closed off can be more interesting because they're not putting everything out there. And you're more interested in someone when they're a bit more closed off instead of just, you know, portraying your whole being um, in someone's face. I find it a bit more mysterious, and you want to get to know someone who's a bit more in towards, and you want to talk to them, and you want to see um, more about them. The way I look at it is I don't care what anybody else thinks. Couldn't care. I care more about my actions. So you believe that actions speak louder than words. Actions can be a very powerful thing, but I also do believe that words can be as well. Yeah, you get judged all the time, snared and sniggered at and made fun of. I could go on. Exactly. Unfortunately, in a world we live in nowadays, you are judged on everything, literally everything. You can sit in town and have a coffee, and people will walk past you. They'll look you up and down. They'll judge your clothes, your handbag, your hair, who you're sitting with. If you drive a car, people look at your car and be like, you know, you all get judged at some point. Hey, Dory, how are you this evening? Story of Dory is an awesome channel. Do check them out. Do feel free to check out each other's channels. I don't mention it because I believe it's just common sense. If you want to check out another channel, you will. We're not a sub for sub channel, but I do endorse liking and sharing and supporting each other. So, as we were saying, the being judged thing, for your mental health, you're right. Boom, actions do speak louder than words. Exactly. Yeah, I think in this day and age, people are quick to judge. You see a person with ginger hair, you call them a ginger. You see a lesbian, they're called a lesbo. You see someone with mental health, they're automatically classed as crazy. Um, Unfortunately, we live in a world where you're stereotyped for everything. I'm picked on for being a goth. A gay person's being picked on for being gay. I could dye my hair purple and probably people would think I'm weird. You know, you're somewhat. You're okay somewhat. Oh, are you having a rough evening, Dory? Good evening, Crimsdeep. We're talking about mental health issues and today's society where people are quick to judge. It's a very weird stream, I know, and a very weird topic. Um, but that is, yeah, we have to see past the generalization. Yeah, everyone should have the freedom to be who they are, whether you're suffering from mental health, whether you're gay, whether you're me, as in being goth. I've gotten to the point where I don't give a flying fig what people think of me. It's their problem, not mine. Exactly, Dory. I was talking about originally, before we got onto stereotypes of modern society, we were talking about mental health and ways of coping with depression and anxiety. It's like you wear glasses and someone would class you as a geek. Yeah. If you like Star Trek and that, you're a nerd. If you spend all your day at the library, you're a bookworm. You know. Um, if you have loads of cats in your house, you're a crazy cat lady. It can go on and on. I censor myself. Replace food with a word of your choice. Exactly. That's fine. Oh, I'm a nerd then. Is that because you like Star Trek and Doctor Who and that? But people are quick to judge. Just because I was a goth doesn't mean I'm morbid and mopey and all this. And it doesn't mean, if I was a girly girl, and I put makeup on that I go out and I'm a slapper. People are quick to judge nowadays. And using mental health as a what people nowadays would call as a stigma, you know, as soon as you find out that someone's got mental health problems, it's like a barrier, and people suddenly start judging you, and they kind of back off. As soon as they find you've got depression or a mental health or bipolar or any kind of mental illness, it pushes people away, and people judge you before they've even um, they judge you before they've even got to know you, got to talk to you, or anything like that. They just jump in. Laugh out loud. I speak my mind about sex. I am a perp. That's not what I meant, Steve. Exactly. The list is endless. Yeah. Anything, having blue eyes rather than brown, having a different hair color, living on a different street. I mean, Christ, you can be told you're a posh snob just because you live on a certain street, or you're a commoner because you live in a certain town or a village. You know, we're all messed up one way or another. If you say you are not, you're full of yeah. I mean, I myself have suffered with depression. I've never hidden that. No, I've always been somewhat vocal. I wouldn't say fully open with the whole thing. Um, I was judged on YouTube and had to prove myself. Well, you shouldn't have to prove yourself to anybody. The only person you should have to be truthful and honest and everything is to yourself. Everybody else, you shouldn't have to prove yourself. You shouldn't have to prove yourself to anybody. You know, it's like a man that's more feminine and men call them gay, and they're like, "Oh, you have to prove you're not gay because you're a more feminine man." You might actually be straight, but because that's their kind of jurisdiction and how they think you are, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean you are that, and you shouldn't then have to prove, "Oh, yes, I'm straight," just because I'm a bit more feminine, you know, doesn't make me gay, you know. I'd much rather have mates that are real than rich dicks. Yeah. I mean, like they say, your true friends won't ask you to prove yourself. They won't judge you. They're there for you. They're there as a listening ear. They don't, you know, you shouldn't have to prove yourself to anyone. Screw anyone who makes you prove anything. Yeah. It's like, you know, me being a goth. You know, people think you're a Satan worshipper. They think you're suicidal. They think you're mopey. And I am not mopey. I'm not suicidal. I don't hang around cemeteries. But I'm not going to prove to anyone that that's not me, because the only person that I should have to prove myself to is myself. You know, I'm the only one that can judge me as I feel. You know, everyone else can have an opinion, that's fine. But the only opinion I actually care about is myself. That's why my second video was I'm real, I'm not fake, to prove how I was. Oh, bless you. Bless you, Alex. Do you go to Whitby? I've been to Whitby. I've been to Whitby once and it was beautiful. Are you talking about the Whitby Festival? I haven't been to the Whitby Goth Festival. I so want to. I have been to Whitby. I went the weekend before the festival because I was on holiday in a different part of Scotland. Um, I was in a different part of Scotland at the time, so I was near Whitby, but I wasn't in Whitby. But Whitby is lovely. If you've never been to the Whitby Goth Festival, I've seen pictures and videos. And Whitby itself is a beautiful place. Beautiful place. I've been to the cathedral. I've been around there, and I've seen Whitby in all its glory. And I did see the preparation for the festival last year. Never been to Whitby. I'm from Scotland. Whitby is lovely. If you want to visit somewhere, go to Whitby. Oh, you live in the country of Iron Brew? My son actually loves Iron Brew. I obviously drink gallons of it. It's really hard to get hold of down further down the south of the country, where I am in East Anglia. It's easier to get it in Scotland, and I think you have different kinds of iron brew as well. I think there's a couple of kinds of iron brew. What part of Scotland are you from, Alex? Are you from Glasgow, or are you from Aberdeen, or are you from Ayr? Kilmarnock? Am I getting close? Are you from a smaller place? I don't know a lot about Scotland, but we can try and work out where you live. Your boom, the iron brew factory used to be in Glasgow. Ooh. Yeah, I've been to Scotland twice. I've been to hey Max one. I've been to Edinburgh twice now. I went to Edinburgh last year, and then I went to Edinburgh again 16 years ago. Or 17 years ago, should I say? 17, 18 years ago. So I've been twice. Really made from girders. Girders. Oh, we love you, Alex. Even if you're from way bonny Scotland. Have you seen Loch Nessie? Have you seen Loch Nessie? I do believe Loch Nessie exists. She probably doesn't anymore. She'd be a very old lady if Loch Ness existed or Nessie existed now. She'd be very old. The old kind of folklore up there that Loch Nessie's hanging around and there's a Bigfoot in America. It's good to have something that makes you laugh. Gotta go, guys and girls. Okay, boom. Thanks for coming in. I'm on the armpit of the USA. Oh, she's from New Jersey. Ah, the armpit of the USA. I love how you say that. Aberdeen is sheep country. So no, not from Edinburgh. I'm slightly on the outskirts of Glasgow. Ooh, on the outskirts of Glasgow. Do you like Glasgow? I thought Edinburgh was all right. I've been to Edinburgh and I've been to Ayr. I've always wanted to visit Glasgow. And I've never been to Aberdeen or Kilmarnock or anywhere like that. Loch Nessie doesn't exist. It was a myth. New York City is 10 miles from me. Oh, so you live in New York City. Mm. You live in on the East Coast where they're having hurricanes at the minute, but that's Hurricane Michael is obviously further down. Glasgow is okay. Well, there you go. You heard it here first. Glasgow is okay. Really selling your home place there. I live about, I want to say hour and 15 minutes from the East Coast. I live maybe an hour and a bit from Hunstanton. Like an hour to Lynn from here, and then maybe another half hour. So maybe an hour and a half from Hunstanton. Quite close to the yeah, the hurricane is far south, isn't it? Yeah. Hurricane Michael is causing problems. We did talk about the weather last night. I know, riveting stream. Should have been there. We were talking about the hurricane because we did have some people on last night that were actually in the hurricane area, which is fairly bad. And we did talk about the hurricane last night. So if you want to see more about the hurricane, we did a hurricane kind of stream last night because I have friends that live in the Pennsylvania and further south area, and actually in Florida as well, where it's hitting, which is really bad, and hopefully all of them are okay. Worst hurricane for that part in 35 years. Never been on a plane. I don't even own a passport. Me neither. I'm an illegal immigrant. I'm an illegal immigrant who was born in Scotland. Oh, you were born in wee bonny Scotland. Well, I don't have a passport. I've never been out of the country, not unless you count Scotland and Wales. Always wanted to visit Ireland. I've done Scotland, I've done Wales, I live in England. So I'd love to visit Ireland and go over and maybe bump into some leprechauns with a pot of gold. Although they don't exist, so the pot of gold will just have to do. Bugger the leprechauns, we'll just have the pot of gold. Go and visit the sheep. Then again, we could go to Scotland for sheep. There was quite a lot of sheep when I went to Scotland. Loads of Christmas woolly jumpers just walking around on two legs. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, like I said, I was gonna stream earlier and everything kind of went wrong. A friend of mine was streaming, so I decided to wait, as she'd only just made a comeback. I didn't know she was going live, so everything's a bit late this evening. No passport either, but once visited Canada before you needed one. Wow, that must have been a while ago. Not saying you're old or anything, but yeah, passports now are expensive. I had to get my son a passport when he went to Turkey That was really expensive, even for a child passport. I want a passport eventually. I'd like to go to France, but I'm going to go by boat. I'm not flying. I'm going by ferry or by Eurostar. So. Woolly jumpers on two legs. It was cold. It was cold. It wasn't actually too bad. I went to Scotland in October last year. We went in October, so it was relatively chilly. We were on air, so we were on the west of the country, but we did go over to Edinburgh, which is about hour and a half, 2 hours from where we were, to go see the Edinburgh dungeons, and we also got to see Edinburgh Castle, and we also got to see the Edinburgh Tattoo, the comedy weekends they have up there. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival. I want to say the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. So the comedy festival. We managed to go up there and see that. We saw the castle and everything else. That's why it was called Winter in October. Yeah. Well, we went in October because it was cheaper. It's quite expensive to go on holiday. It was long ago, probably 2001. So just sort of before it. Yeah, nowadays you need to sell your kidney to have a passport. Nowadays you need to sell a kidney to get just to get abroad. That's just to pay for the passport. That doesn't even pay for your ticket. Good evening, Michelle. Hey, crafty cat designs. I'm nuts, gay, and a crazy cat lady, and I can prove it. I'm sure you can. Good evening to you, crafty. Good evening, Ken. I did love your live stream the other day. You had some really awesome, cool tunes. Thanks for coming to check out my stream. We basically are having a chinwag about everything and anything. We've talked about mental health. We've talked about coping mechanisms for mental health. We've talked about stereotypical society, how they look at mental health, and just judging people in general. We've talked about Edinburgh and the Whitby Festival coming up. So, we've talked about a lot this evening, and we've only been live like nearly an hour. Wow, so it's amazing what you can talk about in an hour. How are you this evening, Ken? That's the usual off-peak time. Yeah, yeah. It's when I generally go on holiday. Generally go on holiday September, October. Although this year I actually did go on holiday in July, and I went to stay in a cabin. I went to stay in an eco cabin, which was pretty cool. It was called a glamour pod or a glamping pod, and it was pretty cool, to be fair. I'm good. Awesome, Ken. I love it when people are good. It's nice to see that everyone's having a glorious day. Beautiful weather outside. Oh, it was. It's actually 9 o'clock at night here in the UK. But today was absolutely gorgeous weather for October. It's unseasonably warm as well here for October. I sense it's unseasonably warm. Not during the evening, more during the day. I found myself being a little bit more hot than usual. Probably going to get a mild winter with the way it's looking, unless it suddenly drops in temperature. It's not been too bad today. My back's coping today with the cold. Passport costs $150 in America. Jesus. In the UK, I think a passport nowadays in the UK is like 70 or 80 pounds. Yeah. Welcome, Elmo. Weren't you Elmo? Haven't you changed your name? Yeah. Michelle Angela, aka Elmo. Thomas. It might be Thomas. Thomas. Good evening. Michelle. Thomas, Michelle, Thomas. People interact, mingle, share, like, subscribe, socialize. Um, so wow, we talked about a lot. What? I have no idea. We've talked about a lot in a very short amount of time, and we still have an hour. Mm. So I've done the mental health topic that I wanted to highlight. We've done stereotypes, we've done travel, we've done Edinburgh, we've done abroad. I think she might be, or he was Elmer originally. Okay. I've only ever had one name. I've actually celebrating nearly 2 years on YouTube soon, and I have 1,165 subscribers, I believe. I'm doing pretty well actually. My Spooktober videos are doing really well. If you haven't checked out my Spooktober videos, please do so. They are so cool and awesome, and I put a lot of work into my videos this year for Halloween. I've got Halloween videos every day, Halloween cover songs, Halloween tips, advice, decorations, cakes, you name it. Good evening, Ian. How are we today? I think everyone's confused, especially me. I'm easily confused, to be fair. Easily confused, that's what I am. So if anybody else has a topic or anything, I've used the topics I wanted to use this evening. I'm doing better than I ever anticipated here on YouTube. How many do you have at the minute, Dory? Let me just check your channel. Hang on. Let's do a channel update on Dory. You have 839, so you're doing really well. You're doing really well. Before long, you'll be at 1,000. Good evening, Tina. How are you this evening? You've got yeah, over 800. At the minute, I'm like 40 away from 1.2k. So, it's took me 6 months, or just over 6, 7, 8, 9 months, maybe. Since about February, I've gained like 1,000 subscribers. So it's only Wednesday. What are you doing on YouTube tonight? Woo! I'm good, thanks. Good, good. Yeah, I think everyone on YouTube at the minute is doing well. I think people's channels are growing, and people are finding ways around the algorithm and helping each other out and trying to build communities and a kind of YouTube spirit. Of course, you're doing well. You are fresh, exciting, but more than that, natural. Oh, is that me? Oh, that's very sweet of you, Ian. It's not Friday, Ian. Does that matter? Does it have to be Friday? I live stream when I want. I live stream whenever and whatever I want, and people turn up and watch or they don't. I have done well on my channel too. How many do you now have, Tina? Let's have a look. Let's give Tina an update. Tina has 1,413. Wow, Tina, you're doing really well. Yeah. Sitting somewhere waiting, so passing time. Oh, well, thank you, Ian, for popping in. I'm so glad you think I'm fresh, exciting, and natural. I do try. I've got no makeup on. Look at this. This is the real me. It's scary. The real me is scary. But this is who I am all the time, though. My hair is usually dyed, so I do have some fakeness about me. Ooh, my hair's usually dyed. It's not at the minute, so you have to excuse the undyed look. But I don't wear makeup or anything like that. Not at all. This was only a hobby and a pastime while my wife is sick. Are you going to continue doing it, Dory? This is or was a hobby. So, what does it mean for the future of Dory? I don't know. Yeah, I think you have to work hard with YouTube. I think YouTube can be very hard, and takes a lot of time and effort, and work to do it. Raven, you have done really well too. Yeah. Hello. Yeah, I think I've done well. There's 1,165 crazy people out there that watch my videos and my live streams and follow me on Twitter and tweet at me all the time. I believe I'll keep doing it as long as people visit. Well, that's a way to go about it, Dory. Sure does. Yeah. It. I mean, I've videoed my stuff in advance, so I can get a little bit more of a relax. I'm 2 months ahead. I'm now actually doing stuff for Christmas, even though it's October, because I got sick in October, and luckily I'd already done all my Halloween stuff. Which, if I hadn't, I would have probably had no content. Being sick, YouTube can be cruel. It can. Oh, the algorithm, the constant fluctuation of views. It could be a real killer to your channel, your confidence. It could be a real hit to you personally. Just Cheesecake. Whose channel is called Cheesecake? Cheesecake has 6 subscribers. Good evening, Cheesecake. It's a weird name, but hi. Life does suck sometime. Exactly. Yeah, it's a shame, Dory, about your wife. It is.
What
happened? His wife is sick. Whether they're cruel or not, Ian, I wouldn't put me off YouTube. I think with YouTube, you have to have a thick skin. If you're going to do live streaming, you need to have a thick skin depending on who comes into your stream. Yeah. Or if you're going to put a video out, you're going to have to expect that there's going to be people that not only like it, but there's people going to dislike it. They're going to give you a thumbs down. They're going to comment on your video that it's terrible. I unfortunately have never had any terrible comments. But I've never actually had a bad comment on my video. I've had thumbs down, but they don't actually have the guts to tell you why they thumb down your stuff. They just thumbs you down. It would be nice if they actually went in the chat and said, look, I think your video's crap. It's an opinion. It's fine. But no, they just dislike your videos, which is what I've been getting recently. There is one person out there that feels the need to dislike every other video. And to whoever they are, they're still giving me view time. So thumbs up to you. Or thumbs down, whichever you like to take. You love Christmas, sad time because your mother died 2 weeks before Christmas. Yeah, I think Christmas sucks as well.
I don't. I get PlayStation 4 this year. PlayStation 4 white.
I actually used your intro in my video last night. You used my intro?
Is that?
Why would you use my intro? My intro and my banners are custom made. You nicked my intro? Well, that's nice of you. Ha 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 ha. I have a comment I have to delete on a video. I've never had a bad comment. Good evening, little bee. Buzz buzz. I came over to watch you earlier. Short story, had a stroke in June, now residing in nursing home while she recovers. So pathetic. Oh, bless you. Oh, my heart goes out to you, my man. That's horrible. Sad story, very sad. You've been married 21 years. Oh, well, that's good. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I used to work in a nursing home. I used to work in a nursing home, Dory. Some of the notifications and bells on other channels don't come up. No, I've missed quite a lot of people's streams recently. It's only by luck that I noticed someone was live tonight. I didn't get a notification or nothing for it. I just happened to be flicking through my feed, and it just happened to pop up that they were live. I wouldn't have known if not.
Okay.
The algorithm and the notifications, and YouTube keep randomly unsubscribing you from people and taking off your bells and just messing. You know, they think that you'd want to encourage you and help you, but they don't. In fact, they just mess with you, and it just frustrates you, and then it makes you not want to do it. I have to go on everyone's channel. I usually look for my list of supporters on my channel. Yeah, I usually keep an eye out for like people that set reminders. Like if they're gonna go live streaming tomorrow night, I will use the set a reminder thing. That way it kind of negotiates the fact that YouTube may or may not notify me because I set a reminder instead. But I wouldn't swap. Oh, bless you, Ian. Yeah. Very true. Nearly 35 years for me, and the way she treats me, you'd think I'm in a home. Oh, well, you've been very well looked after. YouTube's been messing with numbers for a month now. They have. I haven't lost hardly any. I lose the occasional one every couple of days, but then it comes back. So some people have seen a really big drop. Some lost 10, some lost 20, some lost 30 subscribers. But I think you'll just find they're just dead subs. It's not YouTube deliberately taking their subscribers. I think it's just dead subs or stock accounts and fake ones. Sometimes I get a message saying I miss you. Oh, I never leave. I'd never leave my wife even now. Oh, that's beautiful, Dory. Yeah, just because they're in a nursing home doesn't mean they're downriver, and you still love your wife no matter what. It's exactly. It's called till death do us part, not till you get sick or in a nursing home. Exactly. Is there a reason you're in here?
No.
Well, this is Green Hazard, as he's here. Might as well showcase my eldest son. Look at what a strapping, bright young lad he is. So, my partner has got over cancer. Yeah, you were saying about that, Tina. My partner is 100% healthy. Touch wood. Obviously, I have my back condition that stops me, but we carry on day to day. Okay, it's got stuff to do, Alex. I get that. You're on mine. Okay. Thank you, Ian, for coming and saying hi. Hope to see you again. I think I deleted you and then you supported again because at one time I was going to give up on YouTube, then changed my mind. Oh, well, I'm glad you're here now. Glad you're supporting me today. Andrew's recovering. Yeah, you did mention it before to me, Tina, that he was in remission. That's good to hear. You'll have to excuse me. I am sick. I'm getting better. Slowly and surely, my sinuses will give up.
You gave me your cold.
Cheesecake. I have said hi to you, Cheesecake. I don't know what you're trying to do, but hi. Yeah, I've never thought of giving up YouTube. I took a slight break from live streaming. I did like 6 weeks of nothing. I did still put videos up though. I had to resub to you as YouTube decided to unsubscribe because you don't see them for a while. You had to resub to me as well. Oh, is that why people don't come to my live streams? Is that why people weren't coming? They just weren't sub to me anymore. Thank you, Mr. Cheesecake. Goodbye.
Why? Thursday.
Naughty words. It's twice this evening. YouTube obviously can't handle that I'm live streaming. It's obviously a shock to the system.
Shit.
All the weirdos come out. I'm meant to be the weirdo streaming, but apparently there are more weirdos than me out there. You've been that busy, we haven't been hanging in the same place. I was only messing Ian, please forgive me. Oh, I'm sure that's all right, Alex. I do try my best to comment on everyone's channel. Yeah, I do my best too. I do have channels that I visit every day because I know they're actually loading videos every day.
The main ones.
Like I have a friend who's doing Vlogtober, so he's loading up every day. And I put myself out to make sure that I visit his channel every day to support his Vlogtober, the same as he's been watching my Spooktober video, so it's a bit of give and take. If you haven't been putting up videos for a while, I wouldn't necessarily go to your channel deliberately to go watch your videos. If you're putting them up regularly, I might watch some, but it doesn't mean I'm going to watch all. I do try. But you know, when you get over 1,000 subscribers, you cannot watch everybody. You can't go to every stream, you know. Sometimes I'm put on a guilt trip. I never guilt trip myself. I watch when I can, you know, for how long I can. And if I don't get round to everyone's videos, it's too bad. You know, there's only so many hours in a day, and I have kids and a life. I have to do videos for my own channel, and I have to edit. And then if you're going to have to watch other people's live streams and their streams and this and this and this, you basically run yourself down. You have to kind of find a midway between watching a couple of people, then doing some of your own work, spending time with your family, and find a midway. If not, YouTube just takes over. Oh, okay, Alex, that's fine. Yeah, people do say they guilt trip themselves, like, oh, I didn't go to this person's stream the other night, and oh, you haven't watched my video all week. I had it once where I had a comment of, oh, well, you haven't been to my stream in weeks. It's like, well, you know, I was busy, I had a life, and, you know, what do you want me to say? You know, life goes on, life doesn't stop because of YouTube. But, you know, they were like, well, you haven't come to my stream in ages. And it's like, well, sorry, but, you know, you're not the only person on YouTube. And unfortunately, with 1,000 subscribers, you know, I can't watch 1,000 videos a day. If everyone was to put one video up a day, there is not enough hours, even if the videos were like 10 seconds long. Can you get for 1,000 videos in a day? Unlikely. Well, daughter's away on her school trip. Oh, cool. My son went on a school trip a couple of weeks ago.
Like 2 weeks. Last week.
That was a couple of weeks ago, man. Been a while. Been a while. Yeah, because it's nearly end of term, isn't it? And he went like the second week.
19th of October.
Yeah. You cannot watch everyone's. I have 560 and I can't get through them all. Yeah. And I've got 1,160 odd to get through. So I've got twice as many as you. So if you can't get through 560, what hope do I have with over 1,000?
But not everyone uploads. Some people just have
YouTube. Not see everyone. It's impossible. No, I mean, some people, you know, live stream every day. I mean,
say like James Park,
you know, people that live stream every day because they want the watch time, which is fair enough. But I can't sit in someone's stream for 2-3 hours every single day that they're live streaming because there's more than one person. I mean, technically at the minute, on any given time, I have at least 6 or 7 people that I know that are streaming at any one time. I have quite a lot of friends on here that stream every day, whether it's at certain times or certain days of the week. So I try and make an effort if I know if they're live to at least go and say hi, spend a couple of minutes there, and then go to the next stream. And then, you know, if I see someone live tomorrow who wasn't live today, I will try and visit them before I then go visit everybody else. You kind of, I suppose, share yourself around, but not do it enough to mean that you're spending, you know, 20 hours a day watching YouTube, because that drive you crazy. All right, thank you, Tina. Talk to you soon. I know, Razor, some people will put one video, some people will put up more, and plus everyone's doing a live stream at the minute. Yeah, everyone's live streaming to get their watch time. I mean, today I've put out 2, 3 videos today. I think I put 3 videos out today. One was meant to have gone out yesterday and it didn't. Some kind of technical problem, it never went up. So there's 3 today, when there should have been 2. I believe I've got 3 videos going up tomorrow as well. It's been quite a busy October for me. I've got so much content and Spooktober and Halloween stuff to get out. Thank you, Tina, for coming. Yeah, plus you have your own channel to do. Yeah, that's the thing. If I'm constantly in everyone else's live streams and their chat and watching their videos and everything, when do I edit my channel? When do I do my videos? When do I do my live streams? Yeah, plus you have, yeah. Hey, Skinny Panda. Just a clip talking about favorite channels promoting my fellow YouTubers. Okay. I'll have to check it out. Is it actually on your channel? Is it actually on your channel now? Have you loaded it on your channel so I can see it? You have 200 subscribers, Crafty Cat Designs. That's pretty cool. Yes. You should. You still sound stuffed up. Hope you feel better soon. Yeah, I'm still sick. I can't get rid of it. If anyone has a cure for the common cold, comment down below. Alright, thank you, Dory. Nice to see you. Exactly, Raven. I've been neglecting my channel but waiting for other equipment than now. Yeah. My channel's had a lot out of me recently. I've started live streaming again, on and off. My whole Spooktober, there's 2 videos going up every day without fail, sometimes 3, that have been pre-recorded. I've already half filmed November, and I'm also starting on videos for December ahead of time, and I still have a couple to film for Halloween even now. I had to film one today. I have a graveyard video to do, which I hope to get round to over the weekend, if I can find the time. I have a couple other videos that need to be done for Halloween that I need prepping for, and then I need to edit them and get them up. So it's a busy month, October, for me. But being sick isn't helping. It's actually stopping me. So this cold is actually halting some of my exquisite work that I've been doing. If you've been watching my channel with my Spooktober, I've actually gained quite a lot of subscribers. All right, thank you, Dory. Have a good evening. I hope your wife is okay. Much love to both of you. I'm sure I will see you round and about. Nice you have backup on videos. I do. I have, at the minute, I've got videos right up until the 1st of December. So I've got like a stockpile of about 2 months worth. I do so much traveling and I only post those once a week. I'm like 2 months ahead on videos, which gives me time to ensure I have them done. Yeah, I'm 2 months ahead at the minute. I've got all of October done, most of November is done. and I'm now working on December and the new year, so that if I get sick or ill or something happens or something goes wrong, I actually do have a stockpile of videos just in case, because you never know. You know, you could have a death in your family, you could get sick, something could happen, and you end up not having the time to film. So I've worked ahead of time by about 2 months to try and get ahead. Um, it's better to be prepared. I'd rather have a stockpile than wake up one morning and be sick like I did this month and find that I don't have the energy or the enthusiasm, and then find there's nothing going off on my channel, because that's not a way to keep subscribers. By having nothing on there, you need to keep your subscribers keen and eager, and if you're obviously not putting any content up, no one's going to watch your channel. So a way of keeping your channel going is obviously having content, and having a stockpile for me gives me freedom to spend time with family and socialize and everything else. But also having the stockpile of videos gives me time to live stream. It gives me time to visit other people's channels. It gives me a chance to watch other people's channels. So a stockpile can also give you free time to do other things, instead of me trying to film, once a day, every day. It gives me a lot more time to spend on other things that I love, as well as doing YouTube. So you get you get the best of both worlds. Then you can get your YouTube time, and then you can also get your time outside of YouTube, which it's good to have a fluctuation between the two and not get kind of stuck in one mind frame or one way of doing things. It is good to go between the two of them. That way you don't become stuck in a rut. Especially with YouTube, it can grind you down, it can wear you out, it can take away your creativeness by putting too much pressure on you. So I find that stockpiling and kind of not taking yourself away from it, but making sure that you have time away from it as well as on it, so that you're not just dedicating yourself, as they say, a slave to YouTube. You actually, do stuff and talk and socialize and do all this stuff where you're not staring at a screen all day. But I do like live streaming. It's not what I want to make my channel on. All right, thank you, Alex. Have a good evening. Tonic or vapor rub or menthol crystals bath. Yeah, I've tried. You've been neglecting your channel. I think we all neglect our channel at some points. I think we all find that there are times when we just don't want to make videos, you don't want to live stream, you just kind of want to shut yourself off from YouTube and just have a break. I had a break myself. I didn't stream for 6 weeks. I did put videos up every day, but I decided not to live stream at all. I didn't do any. I did go to other people's, and I was on a panel or two for like a little bit, but I didn't really. My heart really wasn't in it at the time, so it became more of a chore than an actual enjoyment to live stream, which is why I stopped and took a break. Because if you're not enjoying doing it, then you have to know when to take a back seat and say, look, I'm not enjoying it. It's not fun. That way you can get the fun back into your live stream or back into your videos. Because if not, you just lose your enthusiasm. And if you're going to be live streaming and doing your videos, you need to seem upbeat, you need to seem enthusiastic. You want people to be enthusiastic about your channel as you are about your channel. So if you don't have any passion or interest in your channel, then you can't expect a subscriber to want to watch your channel or put your enthusiasm into watching you, or even to put their time out just to come to your live stream. You know, it has to be a two-way thing, that you both has to be both ways, that you like what you're putting out as much as you hope the people that are watching your stuff like what you're putting out. So it ends up going both ways. You like your stuff and they like your stuff. I don't know who else is still in here, whether I'm just talking to myself. No one's commenting in the chat, so I guess there are people here. Don't want to be rambling on to myself. Although like I said, it is good to get things off your chest though, and talk and share. It is nearly 9:30 here in the UK. For anyone that's out there in YouTube land, was gonna stream for another half hour, but it is kind of quiet. Clip in newest video called "Follow Me" at the end of the vid. Okay. Is it actually on your channel? It's called "Follow Me." Okay. Follow me around. Okay, I will at the end of the video. Okay, I will check out your channel once I have finished live streaming. Just a clip talking about favorite channels. Okay, fair enough. Obviously, I will check it out and see what it's like. My banner and my intro and that were all custom made, as well as my new logo and stuff. My channel had a revamp recently, so everything is new. But I will come to your channel and I will check some of your stuff out, like I do to all new subscribers to my channel. I generally try and check out all my new subscribers within the first couple of days of subscribing, and then I can choose whether to continue to subscribe, or if I don't like their content or they're just not for me, whether to unsubscribe. As I don't do this whole sub for sub thing, subscribing to people for the sake of it. I like to subscribe to people that I actually like their content and I actually like their channel, or I like to watch them live stream. It's not just about getting views. It's also about, you know, being entertained, watching people you're actually interested in, a person's personality, their goals on YouTube are all important. You want to feel like you've got some kind of connection with the person you're watching or an interest in them. I don't just watch a channel and subscribe for the sake of it, because I feel it doesn't benefit me or them if I sub to them and then don't watch their videos. So I will generally subscribe to new people when they come in, and then if I like their content and I've watched it, then I continue to subscribe. If I've watched their content and I'm not so keen on their videos, then I tend to stay away from it, and don't watch them, and then I'll unsubscribe. Or if I'm not sure about a couple of videos, maybe I'll leave it a week or two, watch another one and see if I get the same response, and then go from there. So it can be a bit of both with me, you know. I don't just sub for the sake of it. I'm not about the views and the watch time and everything else. I do like that I have got friends on here and I do socialize and interact in and out of YouTube, whether it's tweeting them on Twitter or messaging them on Messenger. I do interact with people off of YouTube, so it isn't just about numbers and videos and trying to beat the YouTube, algorithm and everything else. If not, it becomes a daily battle. So, and it also takes the fun out of it. You can probably hear my kids. Not a moment's peace. Bedtime soon. Then I can get some peace. Oh. Very quiet tonight. YouTube's usually a bit more bustling, but it's very quiet today. But it is a Wednesday night, which is generally the quieter nights for live streaming. But my partner's at work this evening, which makes live streaming that little bit easier because I have access to the bedroom. Generally, he's in here, and I don't like to live stream. If he's home, it will take it out of you if you wish. Yeah, it will. It can become, like a leech, just sucking the life out of you. And it can make you hate YouTube or make you hate what you're doing, and that's why I take breaks when I need breaks. That's why I took a 6-week break. I felt like I mentally needed one. And even coming back now, I'm not live streaming every day. And I'm only live streaming and when I feel mentally like I want to, because if I don't want to live stream, then I don't expect people to want to watch me live stream. It's kind of a give and take between you and your watchers. If you're not enthusiastic and you don't want to watch yourself live stream, then why would someone else want to watch you? We've talked a lot tonight, a lot of different subjects. We've done mental health. We did ways of coping with mental health. We've talked about holidaying, travel. We talked about illnesses. We talked about stereotypes. We've talked a lot tonight about different subjects and topics. And it was just meant to be a chill and chat with Raven, but it turned into talking about mental health and then talking about holidays, and it just kind of spiraled in a good way. We did talk a lot about different subjects, which I love. I love interacting with people. I love hearing stories. I love finding out new things, learning from other people. You'll find that you'll learn a lot from other people, even if it's just a comment in the chat or you watch someone's live stream, you might find something you didn't know, or you might teach them something that they didn't know. It can also be a experience and a breeding ground for knowledge. A lot of people don't know everything, and no one can know everything, so YouTube can also be an outlet for information, exchanging ideas, exchanging content, creativeness, socializing, maybe not so much, but gaining an insight into different people, different ways of filming, different ways of being a YouTuber, different creating skills. Good evening, Treacle. Good evening, Barry. Another brilliant vlog today with your kiddies. And hey, Leon, I've missed you so much, my friend. I know you've been streaming and streaming and streaming, but I've been sick again. Every time I see you, Leon, I'm sick. It's like I'm sick permanently. I think I'm sick all year round. It's just the case of how sick I am. I never seem to be non-sick when you're here, but I missed you, Leon. Hopefully you're still subscribed to me. I found that recently I've had to resubscribe to people, which kind of sucks. Although I have unsubscribed to a lot of people recently, which does suck. And they've been unsubscribing too, I'm guessing. So healing is mutual. But we've had a really good evening. You need some sunshine. I do. As soon as it started to get cold, I got sick. That's mainly probably because of my back that I got ill. The cold gets in and I get sick. So, but if I get rid of my cold now, I'll have had my winter cold, and then I can ride out the rest of winter without a cold because I've already had it. So fingers crossed. This is it. This is my winter cold, and it goes soon because it's been 2 weeks, and I am struggling mentally and physically to continue with my cold. It's becoming a drag now. It's got to the point where at first it was like I'm sick, fine, and then it become like I'm sick for a bit longer, and now it's just I'm sick of being sick. It's just dragging on. You need a hot water bottle. I've tried everything. I've tried a bath. I've tried drugs. I've tried alcohol. I've tried nasal medication. I've tried Vicks inhalers. I've tried everything, even stuff from my doctor to try and get rid of it. And it's not working. My sinuses literally hate me. Absolutely hate me. Um, so, how have you been today, Barry? How's your day been? Have we got another rivetingly exciting vlog for tomorrow? I do like how your cats stalk you in every video. You're standing there talking and the cat's on the worktop in the background watching you. I've been on your streams a few times, but mostly lurked. Most of your streams have been about drama and I'd rather not talk about that. Aww. Well, tonight's stream's been about mental health and coping strategies. And we've also talked about travel. And we've also talked about YouTube. We've also talked about stereotyping. Been busy out and about. All goody goody. I do like watching your vlogtobers. I've watched every single one so far. Brownie points to me. Brownie points for me. I've watched all of them. Well, thank you, Leon, for at least lurking. My channel's not about drama anymore. I've cleaned those people off my subscriber list now, and I don't talk to them or socialize with them, so don't have any problems with that now. But I will try and check in on one of your next streams, Leon. You're welcome, Barry. I do find your vlogtober an interesting insight into your world of cats and trains and daily walks, which is good for coping. As I was talking about earlier, we were talking about mental health, and I did mention that doing vlogs and diaries and walking are all good coping strategies. Good evening, Num. How are we this evening? I have been live for about an hour and more. I was meant to go live at 6, but stuff came up. So I ended up live streaming, I want to say 8:15, 8:10. So I've been live for a while. We've had an interesting evening, as always. You know me. I like to keep my streams interesting and the content as exciting as possible. We talked about mental health. We talked about coping strategies. We talked about stereotyping people. We've talked about traveling. We've talked about me being sick. We've talked about the algorithm. So we've talked a lot. Weather is good. Just walking is good just as long as the weather is good. You like the funny phone call? Oh, that was hilarious. It was like, you do know I'm wasting your time, right? And they were like, oh, me, 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 me. It was quite funny. Absolutely hilarious. It was funny. It really did put a smile on my face when I listened to it this morning. I think it was this morning. I didn't get round to it last night, but I did listen to it this morning, and I couldn't stop laughing. It was like, but you're not listening to what I'm saying. I'm just messing you around. Like, yeah, you are very cheeky, Num. I told you it was good for a laugh. Well, you didn't disappoint me, Num. As always, I do like a laugh. Laughter is a good dose of medicine. So I'm still sick, so I need more. Need more laughs. Beer, thank you, Num. It really did give me a laugh. Have to excuse my house. It's a bit of a madhouse. Never a dull moment. As always. I won't be live streaming for too much longer. As always, my partner comes home just after 10. Good evening, Mr. T.
I'm a bit wet. I was drinking and I dropped it.
This is Mr. Bronze Hazard. Want to say good evening?
Good
Mr. Bronze,
evening.
Mr. Bronze Hazard has been.
And then there's the window.
What have you been doing?
Like,
Putting time in submission.
Been.
okay.
I'm joking.
You not growing up tomorrow? That's good to hear.
No, we're playing Fortnite.
Been playing Fortnite with your friends? Teeny loves Fortnite. Sort of. I do like the updated Halloween version with the skeleton wear. Skeletons I got now. Skeleton suits. Pretty cool.
Bye.
Mm.
I'm wet.
Yeah, you need to go to bed, please. Or at least sit in bed with your tablet, sweetheart.
Okay, where's my tablet?
I don't know.
Okay, that really badly helps.
Yep. As always, you can see Mummy is a helper. Like living in a madhouse. Anyone want to swap? Minute, I have to go and finish off editing today's vlogtober, so I'll catch you later, sweet. Take care and get well soon. Yeah, keep praying for me, Barry. This cold can't last forever. Can't last forever. Latest to everyone. Oh, thank you, Barry, though, for coming to say hi. Like I said, I won't be streaming for too much longer. I'm still sick, so I'm still a little under the weather. I just wanted to live stream because I'd seen loads of people today talking about mental health on Twitter and mental awareness, and I thought it was a good topic to talk about, which I did for maybe 45 minutes, maybe half hour earlier. We had a good chat and a good chinwag. As always, like I said, depression and everything else is a mental illness that isn't in your face. It's a hidden illness on most people. Good evening, Katie. It's a hidden illness. So, like we were discussing at the top of this stream, ways of coping, ways around it. Vitamin C is good for colds. Vitamin C. Okay, thank you, Leon. What games are you playing at the minute, Leon? Are you still playing Resident Evil, or are you playing something different? I haven't caught one of your streams for a while with being ill. I've been bedridden near enough. I've been so sick. What games have you been playing, Leon? You got a particular game that you're streaming more often? I've seen a lot of people doing Spider-Man and Fortnite. Trying to think. There's a lot of games at the minute. There's a lot of games my partner wants too. He'd like Fallout 76 when it comes out in November. He's gunning to have that. He also plays Ark, but he doesn't live stream or have a YouTube channel. But Spooktober is on my channel. If you haven't watched all my Spooktober stuff, I implore you to check out Spooktober. There's some really good stuff on my channel. There's also a giveaway to win a trick or a treat, which is announced on Halloween night on a live stream. So that's going to be kind of cool. I also want to do a video of my local Halloween setups, if there is any this year. There wasn't a lot last year, to be fair. Quite a lot of people around here are more uptight and posh and don't do Halloween. But I love Halloween. I'm just in the wrong country. Vitamin C boosts your immune system so it can fight off the virus. Okay, well, thank you, Leon. I will get some orange juice. Someone said a hot toddy would do me some good. I've been told to burn it out with whiskey and alcohol, which I might do at this point with the way my kids are going. I might down some it. Yeah, you've been doing a few games, but no new ones. Oh, fair enough. Well, when you next go live, Leon, I will try and catch you and pop over. I do have a couple of days where I'm quite busy over the next couple of days. Tomorrow I'm not here. Friday's looking to be quite busy, but hopefully if you're streaming in the next week or so, I'll hopefully be able to catch you live and come and say hi and return the favour. I do like to return the favour. If people come to my live streams, I like to go to their live streams as well. It seems only fair to watch other people's live stream who come to watch mine. But I won't be live streaming for too much longer. I don't feel too good, to be fair. I've been streaming for quite a while. My voice is giving out, as you can hear, and my sinuses are starting to hurt. It's probably looking at the screen. It's like a pressure headache in my T-zone. But like I said, I will try and catch you live, Leon. I do miss coming to your streams. Seeing you playing Resident Evil, which I love. I played Resident Evil recently. I played Resident Evil Dead Aim on my PlayStation. That was quite fun. I haven't finished it yet. I'm on the last big boss. But that's kind of fun. So that's the only game I've recently played was Resident Evil Dead Aim. If you're still up, could you ask Kieran to check? Okay. Kieran? 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 I have a message for you. Do you still have your phone?
No, it is currently dead.
Ah, well, would you like to come to the screen, please? It is your girlfriend. Your girlfriend has sent you a message about travel and tourism that she needs answering. At the minute, his phone is dead, Katie. If you're watching still, his phone is dead.
I'll put it on.
But he's going to put it on charge and then he's going to reply to you. But it'll only be a message because it's 9:45, so it'll be bed soon.
No, I bet it's better sleep.
Huh?
I fell asleep when in my room watching you.
He has had a nap, but he'll message you in a minute, Katie, once he's got some charge. She said, okay, thank you.
Welcome.
Yeah, I won't be streaming for very much longer anyway. I'm starting to get a headache. Dead Aim is good. Yeah, I played Dead Aim. I'm on the last big boss where you have to run back through the factory that they're in. But if you die halfway, you then have to start again and again and again and again, and you do the same bit like a million times. And I'm not the best computer game player in the world, but I have got to the last boss, which kudos to me. But I want to get some more Resident Evil game. I'd love to get Code Veronica again. I used to have Code Veronica, and I'd love to get it again and replay it. I also like Silent Hill games as well as Resident Evil, so I'm like a bit of both. I like Resident Evil, I like Silent Hill. So I'd like to get more Resident Evil games, and I'd like to get Silent Hill games. I'm partial to both of them. I do love a good horror. Do love a good horror game. And with it being Halloween, I thought it was only right to play Dead M. Who doesn't like being chased by some zombies? Always a time to be chased by zombies is Halloween, so why not play a zombie game? It's the only zombie game I actually own, unfortunately. It's the only horror game I think I own. Unless you want to count Shadow Hearts, which is kind of horror and kind of not. Gonna get some coursework done, but I hope you feel better soon. Oh, thank you, Katie. Yeah, Kieran will message you as soon as he can. But have a good evening. Make sure you sleep as well as study. Sleep is as important as studying. You'll find that your work's a lot clearer and the answers are a lot more clearer once you've had a sleep. As I always say, if you're struggling, go to sleep on it and try again the next day. You'll feel more refreshed and revitalized to do work. That's what I always tell Kieran. If you don't know the answer, sleep on it and come back tomorrow. You can look at it with a fresh pair of eyes, in a better mindset, because you're obviously not tired. And you're more likely to be able to do it. But that's just me. Head of useless knowledge. You're welcome. I do have a head of useless knowledge, but I do find it to be worthwhile, and quite a lot of people take notice of my words of wisdom. So if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel. If anybody is here, I want to thank them for coming. Barry, Barry, Numbskull, Crafty Cat, Alex, Tina, and everyone else, Story of Dory in Matthews, all those good people, Crim Steve, and all the good people that have checked out my channel. If you are new and you've watched my channel, please think of subscribing to me. I am live streaming slightly more often than usual, but there probably won't be a live stream until Sunday now. So there'll probably be a Sunday stream, will probably be the next one. Unless I just do an impromptu stream, it will more likely to be Sunday. So if you want to see me stream Sunday, it'll probably be morning or lunchtime in the UK. If you haven't already, do give me a big thumbs up on the way out. Come back and comment on here if you like. Check out my whole Spooktober range. It is awesome. There are videos going up every day. Loads of content. I have so much coming right up until Christmas. And I will hopefully see you all soon. Thank you, Leon, for coming. I will try and check out your stream as soon as I can as well. Thank you to everybody, and I wish to see you all very soon. Have a good evening, good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are, and I will see you again for another live stream. Bye!